Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby. Some guy was walking by in a yellow deal. We saw him.
Yeah, he looked like
he's like
he knew something about the stadium over here. So
were you cleaning up? What are you doing?
I'm not in camouflage or anything like that.
It's crazy.
Well, it's dove season. It's dove season.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't get shot.
Yeah.
All right, this is Mark
dove
Fewin,
around here a lot.
and Mark's with
Guidon.
Can't see it now. Guidon, and Guidon is responsible for everything that goes wrong over here at the stadium. Is Guidon.
Get Mark.
So
give him your
don't
number.
bother Giovanetti. This is
Call
not his
Mark
deal.
Fewin.
It's Mark Fewin that you call.
What's your number?
Any complaints you have? You know what? I don't think there's going to be many complaints about
That's
this.
beautiful.
Oh, it's come together. We were talking right before we got back on the air. I mean, in the last month, a lot has changed, and all for the good. And so I think the Texas Tech fans and the Red Raiders are going to be
very
pleased.
Very proud. That's just so cool looking.
You got finished with that project, and then you said, "Oh crap, we forgot what? What'd you forget?"
Thanks for stumping me there, Gary, and everything like that. I told people we're done, but we're not.
That's good. Good question to be stumped on.
That's
Well,
Gary
at least you didn't have a list.
I told people we're done, but we're not finished.
Yeah.
We still have the Womble complete that in the next 4 weeks and pull it together. And then also we got punch lists and some things that are going to, we just continue to work on.
And like the way Gary and I put stuff together, we build it all, and then we go, oh, crap, we left out this first little part. We got to take it all apart again.
We don't read the directions, but
y'all have directions, don't you?
Y'all have lots of directions.
We had a lot of directions and a lot of ideas and a lot of comments and a lot of a lot of input in general.
I don't know how you do something like this. It's amazing.
When y'all took my brother-in-law through that, when you did that day, I'm just sitting there just in amazement that screw there, that that screw there goes before this. I mean, the order that things have to go in, because, you've done this before, put a baby bed together or something. You get done, and there's like 5 pieces, and you go, well, obviously, they wouldn't have sent me these pieces if they didn't go.
I had that experience. We've all had that. I had that experience with the baby bed where I built the whole thing, was proud of it, and then I couldn't get in the door of the room, and I had to
take it apart.
Take it apart and put it back. But
when you finished, did you go? Well, where do these go?
Here's your sign.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have this child out in the hallway. Sleeping out in the hallway. So no, it a lot of coordination, a lot of thought, a lot of scheduling. A lot of sequencing of events to make sure it all comes together, and it's not perfect. I mean, there's been some frustrating moments on this project where everybody's like, "Why did you do that?" And you just keep going.
It looks pretty perfect.
It's a little shy. It's a little shy of perfect. Let's put it that way. And so I think again, the Texas Tech fans are really going to be proud, and coupled with the sound system and the new video boards and the whole thing of that last Friday night when they had that big event here at the Fraser and then went down to the field and everything, it was pretty amazing.
So if I want to go in that during the game today, I just need to go to somebody at a door and say, Mark Fewin told me to meet him in there. We're looking at something.
That would probably get somebody to just laughing in your face. I mean,
they go, who? These people just guarding the doors. They don't know. Dr. Schovanec shows up. Sorry, sir, you can't come in.
Well, maybe you could tailgate on him. Just kind of slip through the door when he's walking through.
Yeah, you can go in with him.
That's what I'll do.
A few weeks ago, I heard that the visitors' locker room was not going to be finished, and then they were going to have to. Are the locker rooms still in the parking lot? Or those
visitor locker room
out?
is complete. Abilene Christian moved in yesterday.
Good.
The tunnel coming down is complete. The band stairs, and that was kind of a late, kind of one of those kind of things you don't think about. The decision, which was a great decision, to put the band around the tunnel for the visitor, and then
most
somebody
of them
said,
will act right.
Say again?
Most of the band will act right.
Right. And then all of a sudden somebody, Mike Ryan's like, how are we going to get them to the field? So we had to build some stairs on either side
to come down.
For the band to get down, and so we figured that out. So I think it's going to be just a great solution, but the visitor locker room's complete.
That's good news. Does it look pretty good?
No.
You turn the heaters up real high in there.
Well, we got big fans in there where you really can't hear yourself think.
Did you paint the walls pink?
And but those fans, we call it air conditioning, but you could be a wind tunnel. It might be hard for the Abilene Christian coach to tell the players what to do. During halftime, make half line.
Band's going to play right there over the top of you.
All right, it's not pink. What color are the walls?
They're white.
Because a lot of places will do something crazy just to irritate the.
But Gary,
we're not in the mood.
Great idea. Keep thinking. Keep bringing those ideas.
Right.
Keep bringing those ideas.
Yeah. You should have been at the meeting, Gary. When they did all this.
Yeah. So we could paint the walls pink and irritate the sap out of our guests.
Yeah, we could throw Kool-Aid on them like we did R.C. Slocum and the Aggies that year. They blamed us for that. They did it to them. Yeah, they did it to themselves, and then blamed the Tech fans.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is that the same year something happened on their bus, and it wound up being them that did the deal on their bus? And then I don't think it's the same year that the goalpost got stuck down there in the northeast corner,
so.
And two Aggies, as we called it, Aggie on Aggie violence.
Yeah.
And then they blamed that on Tech too. God, I miss those Aggies.
And they're playing today, aren't they?
Notre Dame. Actually, my wife is down there at that game.
Is she really?
Yeah, she.
Oh, wow.
I said, we're going to the Abilene Christian. She goes, I'll never see you. So I've got an invitation to go down to the Texas A&M Notre Dame game, so she's down there.
She's not. Is she an Aggie?
No. We've got dear friends that are Golden Domers, so she's going down there with them, and so she kind of better deal me a little bit, But that's why we've been married for 35 years. I kicked my coverage for sure.
I won't see you anyway. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Well, luckily she didn't better deal you on the actual husbandry.
Well,
as far as I know,
some women will do that.
Yeah, we
I've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen.
All right, our friend, you did get this morning. You might have slept through it. Bope texting in. It's a great day in Lubbock. Everybody in town is a Notre Dame fan today. Go Irish, beat A&M. Oh, there's some Aggies here in town.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of them anymore. No. But they're around.
Chased them all out.
Yeah, chased them all out. Your wife's probably pretty smart because you're going to be busy tonight, aren't you?
I'm going to be busy. I'm just making sure, I picked up, I think, over 1 million water bottles so far during this project, and I'm kind of working on my second million, so I think I might get there.
All right. Now tell me, because I'm walking with Bill Worley out of the deal last night.
Yes, sir.
And we look over, and there's a guy standing there at the gate, and he's manning the gate. And I walked over there, and because Worley wanted to go down on the field, and it was you. I mean, did you give everybody else the day off or what?
No, everybody was working.
Okay.
They were working. I was trying to lock that gate, Gary, and people kept on bull rushing me, trying to get down to the field. And you saw it.
Being the great guy you are.
I was effective in stopping you.
Yeah, you did stop
and Bill.
Me.
And
no, Bill went down.
Oh, that's right. Bill went down. Ron Reeves, I stopped him.
Good. Ron does not need to be. He'd break something.
Well, that's a long walk back.
Yeah.
He's not sure he can get it back up here.
Hey, while we're talking about Bill Worley, he played on the 1960 Texas Tech team. A lot of these students didn't even know there was a 1960, but there was. And Worley, anyway, he got back from walking down that tunnel and back. He was pooped. I'm just sitting there trying to refresh my memory on mouth to mouth and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I'm fixing to have to.
A couple of Mondays ago, I gave Rob King, the son of J.T. King, a tour, and he told me a story that back in the day with J.T. King, they would have one vehicle for Texas Tech football, and he'd go on a recruiting trip up to Amarillo, and then come back, and there'd be an assistant coach waiting here, and he'd hand him the keys so he could go to Abilene.
Is that unbelievable?
And then they come back.
And look where we are today.
Look where we that was exactly.
Now our players have jets.
Well, they can. Yeah.
Dr. King was sharing that, and he goes, "Texas Tech football has come a long way when we're walking through there." So,
well, just piggyback on that, our recruiting budget. Which it was either $2,000 or $2,500. Let's go with $2,500 total, and that meant coaching going, bringing players in. That was the entire budget. So that was back in those days. It's just a completely that building right there. That's probably 10 years of the entire athletic budget for those years. I mean, all sports, the entire budget, that piece of real estate that you oversaw. All right, you got about 20 seconds. Anything special you want to say?
Well, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for Texas Tech fans, students, football team. We're going to have a great time. And tonight it's going to be rocking here at Jones AT&T Stadium. So come on out.
Everybody's excited to see it.
Mark
Good job, Mark. You did great. Appreciate you.
Former brother in the bond, Mark Fewin.
Thank you, Gary.
And we'll be back with more sports talk with Thetford and Ashby on Optimum Game Day Live right after this message.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby here on Optimum Game Day Live. Robert Giovanetti is here, and we're going to talk to him. Let me tell you about here today. Joe Heffley, lower floor of the Citibank building. He'll be out here protecting
will
at the stadium.
I feel safer already.
I do, just thinking about it. Also, Tom Street Place, 34th and Slide Road. Everything you need to know about your landscaping, they help you at Tom Street Place. You walk in the door, they'll say, "Can I help you?"
Burn it.
And they can. They do a great job.
Now, they ask, but they can actually do it.
They can.
Some people ask, they can't
I
help.
know it. You can't help me. All right, Las Brisas, we ate out there this past week, and excellent. It's just such a great place to go eat. Such a great restaurant. Delicious food, great atmosphere. Go in and see them. They would love to have you. And Remax of Lubbock, Rick Dykes and Scott Toman and Tony Lloyd and the whole gang out there.
Don't forget Amy Ashby Wimmers.
Amy, is she still with the firm?
Yes, she's still with the firm. Deborah Kopecki, Director of Operations. Jeremy Reed, Director of Sales. Anyway, if you're looking for a house, either sell yours or buy another one, 799-4200 or 6401 107th. Remax of Lubbock. That is 107th.
I think he's talking to you. You'd be the last guy he'd talk to. It wasn't me.
He was pointing at him.
I know. I think he's pointing. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough for now.
Anyway, we're Remax of Lubbock.
First game. Y'all still figuring out first game.
Oh, in fact, a lot of the lettermen that were at that dinner last night over here in the deal were our guys.
Y'all had it in the deal?
Scott Tolman. Yeah, over there in that.
What deal did y'all have it in?
That
Was it the SBC?
Deal. Well, what do you call it?
The indoor football facility, the track?
Yeah,
indoor, SBC?
Yes.
In between the track.
Yeah, I got you. Sports Performance Center.
Yeah. Mo Evans
was there.
Those are Remax folks. So anyway, Remax of Lubbock. I'm fixing to show that picture of Jerry Flemings that I promised everybody, but I got to find it.
You mean Jerry King?
What'd I say?
Flemings.
Okay, Jerry King. No,
if you got a picture of Jerry Flemings, we'd like to see it too.
I got a big old good one.
Who is Jerry Flemings?
Oh, I used to work with him.
I'd like to see it. Show a picture of him.
back in the 80s.
Here's a guy I used to work with. I'm going to bring some pictures.
We called him Otis.
Like from the third grade. This is when I was in third grade. And that person right there, y'all remember them?
Anyway, Jerry King's got a great-looking picture, and I'm going to show it to you.
Better than that
after we visit with you. Yeah, it's big.
Well, you can show I'm on. I don't care.
Well, I don't have it.
Oh.
I'm looking for it.
You had it earlier.
Can you not see me looking for it?
It's a problem. I thought you found it.
All right, let's talk, Gio, while he looks for it.
All right.
Gary and I were just sitting here. We're just every year we come out here, we are amazed at what it takes to put this game to put one game off, to make it happen. How many people?
I can't even tell you the number. So yesterday we did
one up.
180.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
The 10,000.
Yesterday we did a stress test on the two of the new concessions on the south end zone. Had a bunch of employees go at one time just to see if they could handle the amount of people coming up. And there was over 100 there. Those are all people directly involved with football. Jonathan Boutros did that. Hey, who's helped with football this offseason? There's a lot. Everybody has helped, and especially with what's going on here, it's just – I remember saying, okay, hey, it's April. We got a long time to go, and now we're counting down the hours. Oh. So it's –
Isn't it exciting, though?
Did you
sleep much last night?
I actually slept pretty good last night. The nights before I did not sleep very well, but I slept pretty good last night.
All right.
I
David, how'd you sleep last night?
2.5 hours. I got back from Choctaw, Oklahoma at 4-something.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good sleep.
Yeah. And then Bobby Boynton called me at a little after 7, so I was
to wake you up,
get it going.
Let's go.
Yeah,
get up,
ready to go. Ask me who won the Monterey game.
Who did win the Monterey game?
At Choctaw.
Okay.
40-25.
But it's a good game.
It was good. And Monterey played well. They did. They really played well in a lot of areas.
But I know you guys have been in it, right? You've been in the south end zone. But there's the picture. That's a great picture, too. Worth the time to look for it.
Be looking for Jerry Flemings, too.
Jerry, if you're listening, Flemings, go ahead and send us a picture.
Yes. All right, that's enough of that. Let's talk about what we're talking about with
the south end zone.
How many people are involved in garden gates and interest like these people? How do you get them to sit there all day?
Yeah, that's when you look at those kind of crew. And there was a night we did a fun video with Tony Bradford for student behavior. And you remember the Terry Tate office linebacker that Reebok did? So we did Tony Bradford, Brandon Forcer. And we were up here really late, and I don't know, it was midnight or something, and we were coming out. And there was a security guard out there at the time. We didn't know if she was there. And she was asking us, hey, what are you guys doing out here this late at night? And I said, well, hey, I work here. And she goes, well, I do too. And, again, there's just so many people you don't even know, right, that are here helping and doing things and all over the place. And so it's thousands.
Well, it's good to know.
I bet that it's just phenomenal. Let me ask you this question before I forget it, Gary, because you want to know too.
Yeah.
The ticket deal. Okay, we used to last year. You could take a picture of it and send it.
Right.
People are not liking that you can't do that anymore. Why can't you? Because once the ticket's scanned, isn't it off the board?
Now the screenshot leads to a lot of mistakes and fraud. So this way, and you'll see almost every program, every organization in the country is going to this tap and go system, and it's more efficient for us to make sure the tickets are being not being duplicated and reused.
So tap and go. Do I need to know something when I walk up?
You just go up and you hold your phone up to it, and it'll. In the past you had to have somebody scan it and read it, and so the sun would be a problem. That's why we have those tents there, so you could get out of the sun. So now it becomes more automated. They'll be on stands. They'll just be out there without an employee by it. There'll be an employee there to help because people are going to have issues probably the first couple of games, and you just go up and you tap it. And you go in.
Oh, people have it every game.
And we did it at baseball. If you remember, we did it at baseball last spring, and we almost always do this. We'll trot something out during baseball because there's less fans, and we'd see if it's optimal and if it works. And it worked. Okay. Feasible is a better word. And it worked great at baseball.
Word of the day.
And so we're implementing it here. Did you go to? Were you at Globe Life for the tournament this year?
Not this year.
Everything in there was so. Like even when I got in the stadium to get into Kirby's suite, there you had to tap and go at the suite entrance.
That keeps people from just coming in.
Yeah, just get right.
We need to do that over at baseball too.
When are we gonna get one of those implants? Were they implanted in your?
I think I'll be retired by then.
Or your forehead.
I think that I'll be gone by then.
But the good thing on this tap and go deal is us older people will eventually all die off.
Yeah.
And the young people all have it figured out.
They know how to do it.
So
yeah, I mean,
you got to have an old people line. Like over here, old people over in this line. Young people just go this express lane. It's like an express lane.
Yeah.
You young people and the old people get over here, and you have somebody over there like a little professor telling them how to
all these things. Look,
we're messed up hair.
I know sometimes it seems like we operate in a vacuum. We don't. We recognize when something like this happens, there's going to be some complaints and there's going to be some pushback, and we understand those things. But you just have to kind of
tough luck, though.
Wait a minute. Go back to my idea.
It's probably a good
borderline
idea.
Genius.
It is borderline.
That you have an express lane. If you know what you're doing.
Stupid.
If you know what you're doing, get in the express lane. If you're not sure, get in the middle lane. If you have no flipping idea, get over here in this.
They need that at the airport too,
lane.
TSA, right? Because you ever seen you're behind somebody that doesn't know to travel, and they're like, take your belt off, take your shoes off, or whatever. Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Some of you need to stay home. You don't even try. Well, I want to talk more about it in a minminute, but because I did get a couple of questions this week. My cousin Wes Bradshaw, and he's really smart.
Who is?
Wes Bradshaw. He's real smart. Doesn't he sound smart?
His name sounds smart.
I know. But he wanted to just take his son lives in Amarillo. He's supposed to take a picture of it, send it to him. Of his tickets.
Why can't he just transfer it to him?
Well, I don't.
That's what you do now. You transfer.
Well, he doesn't know how to transfer.
You need to get over in that far right lane.
Wes, get in the far right lane.
Wes, it's easy to transfer. I'll walk you through it if you want.
All right, here's
That's
Jerry
what we want
King's
you to
photo,
do.
and the service is 2:30 tomorrow at Lake Ridge Memorial Chapel. Is that what it's called?
Close enough.
There you go.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
The Owen Group, this is Mac Owen. He also has Texas Sports Marketing. You got to see a lot of that, what he does when we have our high school coaches lunches, because Mac is there and Becky, and I'm telling you, they got a lot of stuff going on and promoting and helping people, and they can help you. Go to ongrp.com, check out all the great things that they can do, because it will be a huge benefit to you. Lubbock Truck Sales. How'd y'all like the trucks at the kickoff luncheon? Those are brought to you by Lubbock Truck Sales. Man, those are good. I'm amazed every year how they do that.
Oh, I'm amazed at the whole darn production.
Me too.
Now, here's what I would suggest is that we bring about a third of the band members, because I think there's about 100 too many band members for that little area that we're in.
Well, of course,
I don't know how you'd make the cut. Sorry, Johnny.
But anyway, this is a Lubbock Truck Sales commercial.
Can't make it.
So we're not going to cut band students doing it.
But it was pretty fancy.
Yeah, very nice. The trucks are they do that every year. They don't have to do that. They're proud to help, proud to support, proud to be a part. That's a great investment, and we appreciate Lubbock Truck Sales for doing that and all that they do. That's an old truck. Fuddrucker, 66th in Indiana. No, not in Indiana. It's on Milwaukee. 66th in Milwaukee. Mickey really likes that location now. He really does. It's right across from McGavick, and he likes the store.
Yeah.
It's doing great.
Well, it's bright.
Oh, it is. Also in Midland, shiny. In the Midland Park Mall, and in the Music City Mall in Odessa. That is Fuddrucker.
I'm assuming that was some baseball recruits that just drove by, because Ray Hayward was with them. And Ray's one of our all-time greats, too.
He is. All right. So, Red Raiders kickoff tonight. Kickoff's at 6:30.
Correct.
So the team, tell everybody the team comes out at what time to warm up?
They will come out probably around, well, first off, they'll arrive at the stadium about 4:15 today. They will just down this road right here, walk of Champions, and do Raider walk right into the home tunnel. They will drop off their stuff in the game day locker room, walk the field, and then for the next 30 minutes or so, they will kind of get ready, do their own. Each one of them has their own routine, but usually around the 90-minute mark, 80-minute mark, you'll start seeing warm-ups take place. That's also when gates open, so it kind of works out perfectly.
All right, the Raider walk. You want fans there for the Raider walk, but it's pretty early. What time? Tell them again what time the Raider walk is.
So the team will arrive at 4:15 today. As soon as they get off the buses, they will walk down, drive a Champions here, and they'll and it's great. I mean, our fans. I mean, you already see some out here. Tailgates already kind of starting, but they'll line this street right here, and I mean, each one of our players. That's one of their favorite things about game day is just slapping. High-fiving fans as they go into the stadium. Coach McGuire will lead the way, but 4:15, I'd be over in the southwest corner of the stadium is the area.
Okay, and the more people, the better.
Absolutely.
The Raider walk, they unload where do they unload?
They unload just south of the Sports Performance Center, right at the end of this, and then they'll take
walk around like this,
right into our Gate 1 home tunnel, and they'll go down to the game day locker room.
For your older folks, down near the old men's gym. Does that be right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, down near the old men's gym. All right.
That's where it was, and then a full. Of course, the high school games are getting along too. Have they done anything to speed the games up any?
They've adjusted some of the timeouts you see during the game as far as time wise. Like tonight's game is an ESPN Plus broadcast, so it will not have the same length of timeouts that we've had we'll have on good. ABC or other game broadcasts. So it kind of varies week to week. Though you will see two new things in college football starting tonight. You'll see a 2-minute warning at both the end of the first half and the second half. You'll also see. Baron Morton will have Coach Kitley in his ear, in his helmet, and Coach Kitley will be telling him to play call. He'll also tell him what to check to, and an alternate play call depending on the defense. But both him and Tim DeRuiter, our defensive coordinator, will be able to talk headset to headset to players on the field.
But it's only like one offensive player,
Yes.
right, and one defensive player.
It'll be more than likely Jacob Rodriguez on the defensive side, I believe. So, yeah, only one player can have a green dot helmet on the field at the same time on offense or defense.
Okay, Matt, you've been as close to the program as anybody. You're there all the time. You see practices. You watch these. Who tonight, if you're said, watch this guy, he's been a surprise of camp, and he is an amazing player. I think you're going to be really impressed. Who would it be?
I don't know if he's be a surprise at camp, but you're going to like watching Josh Kelly, number 3, wide receiver, transfer from Washington State. They'll move him around quite a bit in the formations and on the offense, but not a huge surprise because he did have 900 yards last year at Washington State, 10 touchdowns. Was a great addition to our offense, but I think you're really going to enjoy watching Josh Kelly. And then not only just Josh, but our skill. I think we've really upgraded our skill offensive players. Caleb Douglas, transfer from Florida. You got Coy Aiken coming back. Coy had a great end to the season. Coy makes tough catches. Coy's tough.
He does. He really does.
Stephenville kid. You got Jordan Brown. You got Dre McCray. If you like speed, you're going to like watching Dre McCray as a kick returner, also in the slot. And then you'll also see the debut of Micah Hudson. So
he's kind of a big deal, isn't he?
Very much. He's as much as people write and talk about Micah Hudson, the thing that maybe gets lost with him, though, is he is for an 18, 19-year-old kid that's a true freshman in college, very, very, very mature for his age. I mean, he is a yes, sir. I mean, I've just been very impressed.
Good raising.
I've been very impressed by that kid and the 5-6 months he's been here. And it doesn't – everything our recruiting staff told me when we were in the recruiting process, like, hey, you're going to love this kid, they were 100% right. He's a fantastic kid, but he's also a fantastic player.
What I came away with, other than the Mike Hudson's talk, was there's a lot of skilled people and only one football.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to be able to get it around? Because we got a running back that one of our goals is to have him be the all-time leading rusher. Well, there's a lot of guys that also want to touch the ball.
I think if you look at the history of our offense, the years we've had great running backs, you had great passing game too. Like, they can be complementary to each other, and so you're gonna when you have a Josh Kelly, you have a Caleb Douglas, you have all these weapons, Coy Aiken, all these different weapons. People probably aren't going to stack the box against Taj as much anymore, and so that probably, I would say, the hope is we get 5-6 person boxes where it's easier to run. Now, give the ball to Taj. He's going to make people miss. I think he proved that last year. I think he's even
make them
better.
Wish they'd miss.
Yes, that too. That too. But I think that's one thing even Taj has said in the offseason is like, hey, all these weapons, all that does is just help us as an offense. I mean, the goal is to score points, however we have to do it.
I think he'll have similar yardage on a lot less carries because I think we've got some other.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's a cute dog. All right, number 3. That's the Josh, right?
Josh Kelly.
Now, number 3 is a special number at Tech football.
Yeah.
And he came here as number 3. So did it just work out that he earned that?
He was at Washington State. He was number 3. That's kind of his number. He really values that number. When he was getting recruited here, Coach McGuire says, hey, that number's special here. I don't just give that to anybody. He goes, I'm going to just be honest with you. You're not going to wear – first practice, you're not wearing number 3. He was in 18 all spring. This summer, we moved him over to the number 3 jersey. And the thing about Josh is, like some guys who have accomplished a decent amount in college football might not have taken that well. They might not have come here. Yeah. And that's not who he is. He's very much embraced it. He's like, all right, okay, coach, I'll earn it. Like, that's not a I was going to do that whether you made me do it or not.
I was going to earn it anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to earn it anyway. Do you not wonder a kid that had what would be considered an extremely good year at Washington State, and he's a good kid, so I'm figuring he fit in and everything was great, but he leaves.
I think he did get asked in a press conference last spring about that question. He was very respectful to Washington State. He had no ill will there. It had more to do with the just conference realignment. Big picture, he wanted to play major college football in a Power 4 conference.
So he didn't say anything about how the city smelled and all that. Like Shuck. What do you think of Shuck?
I'm not going
Wasn't he
there.
a great kid?
I like Tyler Shuck.
Shuck was a good kid.
I like Tyler Shuck quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like what he said.
All right.
We liked him, though.
Well, you could say that. I didn't like what he said.
I think Tyler was trying to be funny and didn't hit.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
You got to know your audience.
Yeah.
And for that audience, it was probably funny. It just didn't play well here in Lubbock. Okay.
All in all, good kid.
Great,
has a degree from here. I always wish him well.
Okay, good. All right. We got 10 seconds. You got anything great you want to say in 10 seconds?
I can't wait to see 60,000 people here.
There you go. And hear them.
And it's going to be loud.
Yeah. Me too.
Matt,
thank
we
you,
appreciate
Matt.
you.
Thank y'all.
Great job, buddy. Thanks for all your help you give us.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Back to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby. David Thetford, Gary Ashby. There he is. This is Dr. Lawrence Schovanec. He's our president here at Texas Tech. And Patty is along. They're out bike riding. Patty, you're the first lady of Texas Tech. Did you know that?
I guess I know it now.
Yeah, it's good to know. You're a big deal.
I'm a big deal.
You're kind of a big deal. Dr. Schovanec's doing good. He just told me everything's good, rocking and rolling. He's going to be throwing out T-shirts or something tonight. Yeah. Is that right?
That's right.
You loosened up?
I don't know how it's going to be done with the stadium changes, but those students, they probably have 1,000 T-shirts in their drawer, but they get all excited about getting one more.
One more.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I think Representative Moran, he's a 3-time Red Raider. He was in the Congress. He's going to be down there too.
Throwing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope he's got a good.
Who are we talking about?
Well, he went to the same high school as Patrick Mahomes. He played quarterback there.
The White House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
He played quarterback. Okay.
He played quarterback.
Who is
you don't
it?
want a
What's
guy
his
down
name?
there representing your school.
Like that other president we had.
Hey.
You can go ahead and say it.
No, I mean, I don't have much room to brag. So.
No, you got a good arm.
No, that's right. And his kids are good athletes.
Oh, yeah. See there? Your boys were great players.
And you know what? In high school, I was the quarterback, and 1 year we won 4 games.
No kidding.
That was our best year ever.
That was?
Yeah.
It's mainly because of you?
Oh, no.
All right, I'm going to show my ignorance again.
Get tired of it.
Oklahoma, isn't it?
Yeah, in Oklahoma.
Okay.
It was
big school, little school?
No. They had 4 classes at the time, so there wasn't. They have 8-man now, not 6, but it was 11-man, but there were 29 in my class.
How many on the football team?
There was at least 11.
Hang on, Coach. There you go. There you go.
I mean, it was a joke. I mean, when I look at what they do now in high school.
What's the name of the school?
Wakamas Chiefs.
Wakamas Chiefs?
Yes.
Are they still the Chiefs, or do they have to change that?
No, they're still the Chiefs.
Right.
I was at Choctaw last night. Did you know that? I was at Choctaw.
Yeah, I know that place.
Doing Monterey.
We're talking Oklahoma here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kept wanting to call them the Choctaw Indians, and they're the Yellow Jackets.
Really? They changed them.
Oh, they used to be the Indians?
Well, I don't know, but
they almost were again.
That's an important part of that state's heritage. The 5 civilized tribes.
It is great. I mean, it's a great heritage.
Yeah.
All right, now you were where? Because you look athletic.
What do you mean?
Not that you don't look athletic, Dr. Schovanec, but you do look athletic.
Hey, she's much better. The first time we went on a date, I was a visiting professor at A&M on leave from Texas Tech, and she was a graduate, and she wasn't in my class. Our first date, we went and played racquetball.
Oh,
and
is that right?
afterwards, she told me she was embarrassed for me.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You said, first of all, your shorts are too short. You look like Bill Clinton.
That was before Bill Clinton.
That was before Bill Clinton.
That is so nice. And you went back out with her again.
That's a good cheap date.
That's what we did. We played racquetball.
So you went out with her again after she said that to you?
No,
I didn't say that.
It was conditioning for. It was conditioning for a lifetime of abuse.
That's my job.
That's my job, and I do it well.
She got to get you ready for this job you've got.
That's right.
All right.
You know, most people don't abuse you because you know what I found? Everybody loves you. They love y'all.
Well, that's probably not an exhaustive poll, but like this summer, people here are so good, and I couldn't be more grateful to be able to, and I don't want to get like weird here, but.
Go ahead.
We're already
the weirder the better.
Yeah.
When I went through that experience this summer, I just saw how kind and gracious people were. They're just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yep. Well, they were concerned. I mean, I got calls. I did, because they know y'all are on our show. And they're going, how's Dr. Schovanec? I said, I don't know. He's kind of messed up before all this started.
Because they were hoping that this would come to an end.
No.
Well, it really was a pretty serious
it was.
thing.
I was.
You were at the office?
I was at the office, and I'd been in meetings all day, and it was about 4:20 in the afternoon, and I was with somebody, and they said, there's something wrong here. And that's kind of the last thing I remember, and they called the ambulance, and within an hour, they had done this surgery. They had a clot.
Oh, wow.
And great doctors. Dr. Windish did the surgery. And I
know him.
I've been
good.
told he's like one of the best in the nation.
Yeah.
Ted Mitchell helped arrange it. And my cardiologist, Dr. Audubon, they're just all wonderful. Everybody was wonderful.
Your status might be one reason you're alive, because David and I'd still be sitting in the waiting room going,
we'd still be in
we're
still be in the office.
Well, that's what Patty said. If Ed Jarvis was down there, a retired mess sergeant,
He'd still be sitting there,
he'd still be sitting there.
fumbling through his insurance papers.
Well, that's right, too.
But they got everything fixed.
I'm very, very well.
You think?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Well, stuff that was messed up before, they can't fix that. But
Yeah.
All right, back to that first date. Did y'all
What?
Did y'all kiss on the first date?
God,
Who remembers that?
we're not going to talk about things like that. Some things are too sacred to discuss.
Oh, okay. All right. But racquetball and then home.
Probably went and got, I think we went and got pizza or something. And remember, I ate off your plate.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah,
That was the start of it.
What year are we talking about here?
there was, I was here at Tech at one year, and then I went to A&M on leave, and that was, would it be 83, 84?
Oh, okay.
It was
And then-
80. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And then I came back to Tech, and then I went back to A&M. And at that time, Patty had already left A&M and went to Baylor. And she was hoping I would stay at A&M, but let me tell you.
When she went to Baylor, she was hoping you'd stay at A&M?
Well, when I went back the second time, maybe, but it didn't happen. And
Yeah.
so, hi.
Y'all sure look happy.
Hey, Peggy. Hi, Peggy.
Oh, that's Peggy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Vicky, I see you. Vicky's in my class. Yeah. See you. Sorry, Vicky.
Yeah. But even back then, it's in the mid-'80s, there was a difference, and my perception of the culture between A&M and Tech. This is a much more embracing, student-centric place. I'm going to make some Aggies mad, but this was the right place to be.
Aggies quit listening to this show probably 14 years ago.
They sure should have.
Yeah, there's nothing here for them.
We do have some Aggie friends that live in town, and I don't think they ever listen because we just wear them out.
Hey, we have Aggie friends.
Yeah. They're good people. Most of them I know.
It's a great school.
It is a great school. I saw they had 12,000 freshmen this year.
Oh, look at that dog.
Yeah.
And we said great people at A&M. That does not apply to the University of Texas. We got some good friends that do go there. They have been there. We like them. But the school, my gosh, you don't need to say anything.
But, I actually had a meeting this week in Houston with a state legislator, but not one of our representatives, although Dustin Burrows was there. And he made a comment. He did say this: you never need to mention A&M or Texas. You guys stand on your own. Don't be comparing yourself to them. You're there.
I love it.
That's true, and turns out he actually is an Aggie. He does a great job in Austin. And,
he's going to give us some of that puff money.
All right,
we were there to talk about money and beyond the tough.
All right, now the legislature threw us a bone. They threw us a bone, and I think it was to get us to quit talking about the puff fund because everybody knows it's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, and then for Texas and A&M to both jump ship and head out east, everybody knows the Puff Fund's wrong, but they threw us a bone. That's a nice bone, and we're glad to have it. But
So, Gary,
is that the end of it? Or would we sign a deal and say, okay,
well,
we'll shut up?
Well, first of all, you have every right to say that.
Okay. So it's
And
America.
I don't think I should say that. When they give you $45 million, I'm going to say thank you. That's the start, and let's see what we can get down the road.
Good answer.
You know, that's divided up 2/3 to Texas, 1/3 to A&M. You know why that happened that way? They gave the Aggies first choice. Did you not know that?
Yeah, I suspected.
No, he's never heard that.
No.
He probably
Hey, those are great institutions, but so are we.
So are we.
And I thought we agreed we're not going to talk about them anymore.
We're not.
Oh.
We're talking about the Puff Fund.
Hey, the Big 12 is going to have a great year.
Yeah, we need to.
And all that matters for us is we take care of ourselves. We win, and everything will be okay. And
Before y'all got here, that's what I was saying. I've never been real big on pulling for the other conference teams, but I'm going to this year because we've got to establish ourselves as a viable, strong, look-at-us conference.
So we had a board meeting on Monday, and you saw in the papers what it was about, talking about possible expansion. But the commissioner kind of gave us a little pep talk, if you want to call it that. We need to do better as a
We need to win.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.